When the groundhog scurries out, when the groundhog scurries out, oh, I don't want to see his shadow. When the groundhog scurries out, I once was a weary groundhog, digging in a field all week. When I heard that bell a-ringing, I headed for the East Ranch Creek. When the groundhog scurries out, when the groundhog scurries out, oh, I don't want to see his shadow. When the groundhog scurries out, when we enter in the doorway to see our furry friend, we will eat, sing, and be merry, hoping these good times never end. When the groundhog scurries out, when the groundhog scurries out, oh, I don't want to see his shadow. When the groundhog scurries out.
On behalf of the Harleysville Order of the Brunsau, heretofore known as HOG, I, Hauptmann Huntsberger, welcome you to the 6th annual Harleysville Hank Groundhog Day Virtual Extravaganza! And I will ask now Geldhaber Detweiler to bring the invocation. A poem. Tell me, O Mother Earth, in icy fetters bound, is there no prophet true in this world to be found? No wizard, weather-wise, whose bosom swells with truth, who never utters lies, but always seeks the truth. The cold world shook her chains from pole to pole, yet answered mortals, ye shall seek the groundhog's hole. Yes, yes, yes. A song we shall sing together, led by our barnyard singers.
I am a groundhog living here. I have a job just once a year. I never know what will be found. Must wake up and look around. I am a groundhog in my home, cozy and warm when here alone. I'd like to hibernate some more. Must wake up, I know what for. I will check, look and see. Is my shadow here with me? I never know what will be found. Must wake up and look around. If there's a shadow when I peek, I'll hibernate for 6 more weeks. If there's a shadow when I'm out, spring will be here and you can shout. I will check, look and see. Is my shadow here with me? I'll never know what will be found. Must wake up and look around. Hibernating for a time. There's a groundhog who's the top dog on the day in winter time. Oh my groundhog, oh my groundhog, oh my groundhog so sublime. Is it frost and cold forever? Are we stuck in winter time? Dawn appears on the horizon, out of where he starts to climb. It's the day to find a way to check the length of winter time. Oh my groundhog,
And now for our official crowd size estimation, we turn to Herr Oliver.
And our estimation for the 6th annual... Wait a minute, where's my crowd? Where'd they go? Hank's looking for a crowd. Oh, that's right, we're in the middle of a pandemic. Oh, this is a virtual recording, is it? Okay. Hank had to go virtual this year too, like everything else. But we're happy to be here, folks. I'm estimating that 400 people will be watching this video. Woo-hoo! Woo! The Harleysville Order of the Groundhog, that is HOG, wishes to thank our sponsors for this year's event. It is a virtual event, so there's a few less sponsors, but we thank the Indian Valley Chamber of Commerce, Steve Huntsberger, the Mennonite Heritage Center, our host and sponsor, and we thank Indian Valley Public Library and its youth and children's librarian, Robbie Fisher, who is here today. We also thank our Barnyard Singers, Ivan Durstein, Oliver Gingrich, and the Plains Mennonite Quartet. Hank also has well over 600 Facebook followers, between 600 and 700 we think currently, and it's growing every day. And now we'll have a Groundhog children's story by Robbie Fisher from Indian Valley Library.
All right, thank you. Yes, I am Robbie Fisher, or some know me as Mr. Robbie from Indian Valley Public Library, and I am here to share a story. This book is called A Greyhound, a Groundhog, and it's written by Emily Jenkins, illustrated by Chris Applehans, and it is a tongue-twisting tale. So let's see if I can get through it. And it's from Schwartz and Wade Books. A hound, a round hound. A greyhound. A hog, a round hog. A groundhog. A groundhog, a greyhound, a round little greyhound. A greyhound, a groundhog, a brown little groundhog. A groundhog, a greyhound, a grey little round hound. A greyhound, a groundhog, a found little round hog. A round hound, a round groundhog, a round brown hog, a round grey dog. Around and around and around and around the ground, and a hog, and some grey, and a dog, and a round hound, a grey dog, a round little hound dog, a grey hog, a ground dog, a hog little hound dog, around and around and astound. And astound. A bog and a sound. And and a log on the ground. And around and around and around and around. I got through it! Thank you everyone for having me. I'm Mr. Robbie from Indian Valley Public Library. Thank you.
The Ballad of Harleysville Hank. Now listen, my friends, and you shall hear a tale to tickle every ear. Sprung from this ground, this very bank, the ballad of Harleysville Hank.
Yay!
For many years he rose at dawn on this very day, on this very lawn. Deep into the skies he gazed, sometimes through the fog and haze. He sniffed the air and felt the ground, brushed his whiskers all around, then did consult his shadow. Proudly did the groundhog arise beneath the gray and wintry skies, and with expectation of great fame, with hearty, lusty voice proclaimed whence would come the spring. But alas, no one was around. If a tree falls in the woods, does it make a sound? He'd nearly lost his nerve, he'd given up. Then, suddenly upon this land, the humans, they began to stand and make a peculiar thing to tell the story of Indian field, tilled by soil, toil, sweat, and hand, a barn they intended to erect, to reconstruct, to resurrect. And so the ground they broke and found a hog. Groundhog is his English name. Woodchuck is his other fame. Farmers he does inflame and call him nasty, surly names. But this was not just any hog, nay, nay. The very hog we show today, gracious, very wise, and loquacious. The barn builders then gathered round, and nary could be heard a sound, till one brave soul inquired, what be your name, you lowly beast? The groundhog now his lungs increased and spoke his name. Harleysville Hank, he did proclaim. I rise at sunset on Candlemas to expostulate, prognosticate. There's no one like me in the land, not Phil, nor Orphe would understand. Henceforth, no man has heard my cry, but now the world will testify to my sagacity. And so henceforth, we'll gather here on February 2nd every year and pull Hank from his shadowy station and listen to his prognostication. Hail Hank!
Hail, Hank!
Hail, Hank! So, Hank tends to be a little shy. So we may need a little bit of encouragement. Now, at home, you can help chant for Hank. We have a few people here, so we're going to see about getting him out of his hole, and then we will have a few special surprises for Hank when he gets here. But let's chant for Hank. Hank! 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 Hank!
We want Hank! We want Hank! We want Hank!
Hank! Now, Hank, this year is different than last year. I notice you have your face mask, but you must pull it up, for the pandemic affects groundhogs just as it does people. And the other thing, Hank, now that you've come from your mighty hole, thou must wash thy fingers. He is properly sanitized. But yet, before Hank does his prognostication, I do believe he needs vaccination.
Hey, that's great.
So, this is pretend. No vaccination is being used, but Hank, for posterity's sake, must receive, no, not that end, must receive number one. Hank, you are officially vaccinated with first round, so see you in 4 to 6 weeks.
Yay.
Yay, Hank, he is
Hip,
ready.
hip, hooray for Hank. Now he can come out.
Good job, Hank.
Yay. On this second day of February in the year of our Lord 2021, on this 6th annual celebration, this weather wizard, this fantastic forecaster, this magnificent marmot, Harleysville Hank, is greeted by a huge online crowd of admiring fans. As you remember, Hank only speaks Pennsylvania Dutch. You won't be able to understand it. I'm going to have Shriver hold Hank to my ear. Hank will whisper to me in Pennsylvania Dutch, and then I will translate his prognostication. Are we ready, Hank? Okay, all right. Hank has these words to say. From this cold and lonely barn hill, I cast my eyes across the corn stubble and frozen haze of midwinter. Is it sun or cloud? Will my shadow I see? Oh, the warmth of sun, the smell of hay, but not today. Today it's cold, overcast. No shadow, an early spring. Early spring! The Royal Order of the Grunstau would like to thank everyone for joining us today. We look forward to seeing you all in person next year. Enjoy an early spring, and we'll see you soon. Thanks.
Happy Groundhog
Happy Groundhog Day!
Thanks for coming.
Thanks for coming.
I'm dreaming of a great groundhog, just like I do this time each year, when he brings nice weather and brings us together to wait for him to appear. Bum, 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 bum. I'm dreaming of the great groundhog. With every groundhog card I write, may your Groundhog's Day be merry and bright. When the groundhog visits